What's up, everybody? This is the Minister of Beauty, and thank you so much for joining me for another video. This is Business Mondays, and I didn't have plans to do a video about this, honestly, because I haven't had a personal or business experience with some of these people that I'm going to talk about. But I thought it was something that was important to talk about because it was a subject that I've talked about with a few people that I know over the years, because it's definitely something that has grown over the years with the internet and the rise of all of these so-called gurus and coaches and people like that who are out here selling a dream. So I'm going to talk about it because I just feel that somebody needs to hear this message, and if it's only one person that gets something from this, then I've done my job. Usually with me, if I feel something pretty heavy on my heart, then I'm supposed to talk about it as well, even if there are already other people that are talking about it, exposing it. Not everybody is going to hear every single person, so sometimes it's meant for you to share it so somebody else can get it from you. All right, so let's just get into it. The couple of people that I'm going to bring up by name are honestly just representatives of so many other people that are doing these things online these days, so they're not the only ones. The first one I'm going to bring up is Dana Chanel.
Ain't nothing out there for you. We're supposed to and called to experience heaven on earth, and we do that with people who are acting Christ-like in order to continue his vision of bringing life to the world. And so to me, it's like, I'm even in this season of my life, and we were talking about it, I'm in this season of my life where I'm trying to find people who are willing to go through the process. No, when you come work for me, you're not gonna live like me. I'm gonna just keep that all on it. You're not gonna live like me. Because you're looking at me and then you're sitting next to me thinking that we are the same, and we are not the same. I have like 5-6 years of sweat equity that you don't. Do you get what I'm saying? But people are afraid to go through the process, thinking that success is just as fast as a microwave warming up your food. As if I work just 30 seconds, I'll have a minute worth of success. Ready?
And so I feel like I'm at a place where, not that I have to choose, but I feel like I'm stretching myself so much. So like I wake up now at 3. And then I'll start cooking at 5. From 5 to 11, I'm cooking.
So that you have things to sell during the day?
No, I already take the orders.
Yeah.
So from 5 to 11, I'm cooking. And then from 11 to 1, I'm delivering. And then I have to go to work from 2 to 6. And then from 6:30 to 8, I have to go work in my other business. So I sit down with people and help them with their goals. And then I have to go to bed by like 10 o'clock, so I have to wake back up at 3. So it's like, do I choose?
You have to give your 100% to something. And if you want me to be 100% honest with you, can I be really honest, like raw? Like this is actually what you paid for me to do for you. Your other business, and what's so crazy is I like stalked all of you guys and dissected everything. I saw the other thing that you do. But one thing I do say is, at this very moment, while you're in such a fertile state of you growing, you have no business helping someone else on their own goals if you're struggling to accomplish your own. Now, what do I mean by that? The only reason you guys are here today is because you guys have seen the success of my businesses, which then allow me to give you a specific price point in which I do that, which is now worth my time. And so I'm not sure how much you're getting paid to do that. I couldn't imagine that it's a lot, only because I would never take advice from you. I'm just telling you that right now. And I wouldn't encourage any of them to take advice from you either, because I'm not sure how much you could actually teach me. If you're sitting here, you're not even working your own business full time. You don't do this. You don't have a staff. You can't help me build a business or a company because you're still going through the process and the procedure.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And so my thing is you grow as an individual so that now when you actually are taking those one-on-one, helping people with their goals, you actually have real experiences and tangible information for them to act out. But I can 100%, I already know what a consultation like you goes like. Hey, let's talk about your goals. And you motivate them, but you leave them empty because they have nothing to actually take from you to go work on, to apply to their life for them to see a result, because you don't even have the goal, you don't even have the plan to find results in your life. You're still working through the process.
But I do help them with the plan. So like each and every goal that they have, I walk them through it step by step. And so it's like strategically broken down. Not to say that it's more so like business, it's more so like fitness or like how to save, and I go through their finances with them. So it's like I am accomplishing my own goals. So I wouldn't necessarily say that. And then I follow up with them just to see how they're doing in the process. I've had like some people were like, oh, I haven't started yet, and I feel like they're not really serious. And then I have other people who's like, well, I actually did, I accomplished this, da 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 da, and that's how I know if you're serious or not. So I help people at the level that I can help them on.
Yeah.
But I'm here because, you know, I want extra help because I can only go so far by myself. So that's why I'm like, because I have like a mentor, so she told me eventually I'm gonna have to choose. And I felt like that was kind of like difficult for me. So I'm right now like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you'll definitely see the result if you don't. At the end of the day, the only thing that I could really say if you were my sister, I would totally say something completely different, but I can't sit here and hurt your feelings. Like, I really can't. But if it were my sister or if it's her Marlena, I can talk to her a certain way too. It's like, bro, I don't aspire to take advice from you at all.
And she is somebody who is, I guess, a self-proclaimed entrepreneur and multi-millionaire, has all of these different businesses with her husband, who goes by the name of Prince Donnell. I don't know if that's his real name, or I don't know if it's one of these Afrocentric things where people are calling themselves king or prince or whatever. I don't know. So again, I don't follow them, never have. Never had any business relationships with them. I've never invested in anything that they had to offer. But there's a lot of things being exposed now about these people and these alleged scams. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about the service offerings that they have because I don't want to promote them. So you can Google them, and I'll also put some links in the description box for a couple of videos that I have watched about these people and even a couple of articles. But there's a lot going on right now in terms of this couple, Dana Chanel and her husband, and possible FTC violations. And yeah, possibly just taking advantage of people. I know there's someone that has a social media platform called Dana Chanel Scam, or Dana Chanel Scammer. And they're exposing a lot of things, not, I guess, just on their own behalf, but other people that have had encounters with this couple and what they have to offer as a business. One guy, and I'll share some clips in my video, where he was just talking about how he connected with the husband. He helped to repair the husband's credit, and now they have a credit repair business, and they didn't give him any credit for the credit repair that he did for them. They're pretty much selling it as if, look, this is something that we learn on our own. We're doing it ourselves, and now we can teach you how to do it. They had somebody to do it for them and help them, and now they're selling what somebody else did for them.
So then I started noticing them some things. Some of my vendors that I use when I fix credit, I started seeing Uncle Magic's email pop up on the CC emails. So I'm like, yo, this man literally took everything that I ever said or did around him and went and tried to go start his own shit. So I wanted to test him, right? So I asked Donnell, I said, yo, bro, since I'm fixing your credit for free, can you give me a shout out? Can you give me a shout out? Yeah, bro, I'll give you a shout out. Don't worry about it. Then the next day, he's like, oh, bro, I'm sorry, I can't give you the shout out. I'm in contract with another credit repair company, so I can't promote or endorse any other credit repair company besides this one. So I said, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? What are you talking about? So then he was like, oh, well, we started our own credit repair company, so we don't need you anymore. So I'm just like, wow. You let me fix your credit for free. Then you started your own credit repair company to lie and act like y'all were the ones that did that. And then you took my platform, my brand, and everything that made my company what it was. You try to steal it and create your own. And now everybody, like, if you go on the Dana scammer page, people are literally following lawsuits every day. They're filing FCCs, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how karma works. And I know if you're watching this right now, listen, I never wanted to see this happen to you, but I tried warning you. I told you, stop scamming people. I told you. I said, bro, if you would scam your own brother, then you will stop at nothing.
And with Dana Chanel, she's somebody who has the aesthetic of somebody who is perceived as very pretty. She's got the lighter skin, the curly long hair, and I guess she's got like a lot of these videos where she's out there just apparently trying to show people or showcase that she's got all of this knowledge about business, and she's telling people what to do. And they've had these boot camps where people would come and they would teach them about entrepreneurship. And it just amazes me when I see a lot of these things going on, and it's something that has never really sat well with me. Not so much because they're doing it, because I don't have a problem with people doing it, whether you are black, white, Asian, Indian, Arab, whatever. If you have that true legitimate experience and people want to invest in themselves to get that help, get that boost, then go right ahead. But what I find a lot of times is that people don't really need that. They think they need it, or they're persuaded to feel like they need it because you're seeing this person who is showing you the perception of success. They're showing you that they're in this amazing home. They're showing you that they're driving these expensive, amazing cars. They're showing you that they're living this life of freedom and opportunity and living the American dream, when, to be honest, you don't really know if that is the really real. Yeah, it could be their house, but you don't know the backstory on it. You don't know if it was something that they inherited and they're telling you that they worked hard for it, because people can tell you whatever they want to tell you. I just know that people like that, and again, it's not so much just about Dana Chanel. I want to just talk about the whole of this internet guru thing that we're in right now. And unfortunately, you're seeing a lot more of it in the African American community, because people are targeting people that they know are in low places or in places of dissatisfaction where they want something more, they want something bigger. And they're seeing it in their news feed on Facebook and in their feed on Instagram, on the Discover page, because they're going viral. They've got a lot of followers. They may have bought a lot of the followers. You don't really know the entire backstory. And it's sometimes people are just so charismatic and they don't really have good character, then they can draw people in with that used car salesman type of thing, where they're making you feel like you are amazing, you are the best thing since sliced bread, when really they're just trying to get their next sale. So they don't really care about you. And I just know for myself, having the experience of being a legitimate business owner for many, many years now, I've had the successes and I've had the struggles, and I've talked about this in some of my previous videos. So if you haven't seen my other videos, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and check out some of my other videos where I talk about some of my experiences in business, or just sharing advice that I've shared for free. I haven't sold it to anyone. But again, all of the years that I've had in business doesn't give me the right to come online and try to sell myself to people so that I can make more money. And I do believe that with a lot of these people, they begin to have the love of money. And there is nothing wrong with getting money. but it's the love of it. And when you have the love of money, it is the root of all evil. Money isn't evil, but the love of it is. So people will do things that are unethical or possibly even illegal in order to obtain more money, even if they have an okay, decent lifestyle. Now, some of the things that I've heard about this woman is that she had somebody in her life who was able to help her financially. So that has given her the boost to get to where she is right now. It's not so much that she had this pick yourself up by your own bootstraps type of life where she didn't have anything given to her and now she is successful. I won't say I had the pick myself up by my own bootstraps story, but I definitely didn't come from a family where we had any type of money. We weren't extremely poor, and I didn't grow up in the ghetto or in the projects, but I definitely grew up in a household where my mom was a kindergarten teacher and my dad was not successful. There were times where he was working and there were times when he wasn't. So we didn't have a lifestyle that was the best. I actually remember being pretty decent when I was younger, and then as we got older, our lifestyle went downward. So becoming a business owner many years later, that still wasn't easy, but I didn't have anyone to invest in me and give me this and give me that. And that's okay. That was my life. That was my lifestyle. But I'm not going to get online and create these videos to try to go viral to evoke emotions in people to try to get them to give me their money for things that I'm trying to sell. And that's what a lot of these gurus and these coaches and these people like the Dana Chanels, they will do that. And then they'll run ads on platforms like Baller Alert and the Shade Room, which I don't follow any of those platforms because they're gossip platforms that do run ads, and they're targeting people that are that type of audience. And unfortunately, if you want to be in business ethically, then those are the types of people that will run ads on those platforms. They're not trying to get, they're not trying to give really ethical business. And that's not every single company that runs ads on those platforms. Of course, I'm not saying that, because there's some companies that are running ads for products like hair products and, you know, makeup and different things like that. So I mean, whatever, it's just a sale for a product, but they're not actually trying to sell you into their dreams of, you know, you can make $50,000 in a month if you invest in my course, and I will show you how you can do it because I did it, and if I can do it, you can do it too, and you know, that type of stuff. And it's just to evoke the emotions in people. It's emotional marketing, and marketing is supposed to touch something in someone to make them feel like this is something that can benefit them in some way or make their lifestyle easier, or whatever type of emotion you're trying to evoke in that person. But with the tactics that they're using, it's really more so to brainwash a little bit and to get so much at the emotions of people where they will actually give their last. If they don't have the money, they will go into debts. They will get loans in order to invest in somebody's coaching program. And the reason I'm saying these things, guys, and the whole reason why I'm doing this video is because I've heard of people doing this. I've heard of these people out here selling $15,000 coaching courses, and they have people that will, you know, recommend, well, you can get a loan through PayPal, you can get a loan through this company and finance it. These people, they want all of their money, and they're telling you how to go into debt to give it to them. And that is unethical. I'm not going to name any names of those people because I don't try to expose people. I'm just talking about stuff that's already out there. So the people that I'm talking about, these are people that I have had some experiences with. And I know of people that have had experiences with them. And when I've heard these stories, I was just like, oh my God. And even the money that I've spent with some of these people, I feel like was a huge waste. But I'm not going out into the public and exposing them. I wouldn't say they're scammers. I just say that they had some schemes and how they're, you know, doing things that's not right. But unfortunately, sometimes you learn things on the back end and you don't learn on the front end before you've had that wasted money to go into what they had to offer. So, it just kind of sucks. But hearing more and more about this, I'm hoping that things turn around for these people, because let me tell you, as a business owner, you will have people that will be dissatisfied with your services or your products. That's just something that can't be helped, because you can't please everybody, but you try your best to do so. And there have been times where people have gotten services in my business, not many, but I've had people that have had services done where they may not have been, 100% satisfied with the outcome of the service, and I've refunded their money. I wasn't going to fight back and forth with them about it, gave them their money. And God blesses, and the business moves forward, and more clients come, and we have more positive outcomes than we have negative outcomes. But for these things being exposed, to me, it is a pattern that they have of being all about the money, getting the bag, and then screwing the people over. And I'm saying it again, I didn't have any personal experience or business relationships. I never invested in anything that Dana Chanel or her husband had to offer. And to be honest, I never knew of them before. I just heard of her maybe a year ago. And my friend, who was an accountant, she told me about this person. She shared something with me that this person had shared on her Instagram. She said that this person was creating a website. It was going to be like a directory for beauty businesses. And I am the owner of a beauty business. I'm a licensed esthetician. She said she was creating this website, and it was going to be a directory for beauty businesses across the country, and you should check it out. I'm like, well, we'll see. She sent me this Instagram video that she did. So I shared the video with my manager, and I said, hey, I don't really know what this is about. Can you do some research on it, check it out, and let me know what you think? So maybe a couple of weeks later, she shares with me that she messaged her back and said that she was creating a directory. Sorry. She said she was creating a directory for beauty businesses, and she was, of course, trying to market it and play it out like it was just going to be something so amazing, so stellar. Your business will be on there with your address, and it will, once people go to that website and they're looking for someone doing what you do in their area, they will have a map to, your location. They can click it and it'll give them the directions. It's like, and I think she said it's going to be $99 a month to start. I told my manager, yeah, we'll pass. First of all, Google does that for free. I don't need to be on her website that she's just creating now that's going to have my business listed on it. And if people are looking for what I do in their area, they're not going to go to the Curl Bible. They're going to go to Google. And that's where a lot of our clients find us. And we're pretty high up there because, like I said, I started my business in 2008. So I've been doing this before she was even thinking about it. I don't need her help. I get it, on Google for free. And then I also spend a lot of money on my website, on SEO, on the other things that I do. And we have really great reviews. And also the analytics report that I get from Google every month, it shows me how many people are going to our website. And it's literally thousands of people that go to the website every month just for a local business. So I definitely didn't need her help with that. And then to pay her $99 a month to begin. So again, like I said, that was my first time hearing about it. So I told my manager, yeah, we'll pass. You don't even need to reply to her to say thanks for the information. Like, girl, bye. So yeah, I never invested in anything that she or her husband had to offer. Apparently, they must be doing pretty well, but there are a lot of things that are being exposed about them now. I'm just here to say regarding that situation, don't go off of emotions. Don't go off of the looks of a person, the appeal that they're trying to share with you to pull you in, because for them, all they really care about is the green. They don't really care about you. Again, I've had my experiences with some people that used me, and I didn't know that they were doing it until after the fact. But to have me as one of their clients, one of their so-called coaching clients, it was more beneficial because I was already successful. And they were trying to pass off and portray the fact that I was one of their clients to their testament, like they helped me to do that. And it was like, are you kidding me? I had a couple of people try it. And when I learned about it, I didn't call them out on it. I didn't come out and do videos exposing them. I didn't go on, Instagram or Facebook and do live videos or do posts about them. I just separated myself from them and I stopped following these people, and I didn't want to see anything that they had to do, and hope for the best for those who are either dealing with them now or may deal with them in the future. But I hope that whatever they're putting out there, it will eventually come back around and turn around on them. But when I had people that reached out to me directly asking me what my experience was, and this is how I knew about it, they made it out like it was because of that person that I had what I had, because they were like, yeah, so you have several locations, and you've been working with this person as your coach. And I had to tell them the truth. I said, well, I was working with them for some different reasons, trying to get some other things to happen, but it wasn't for the business that I currently have, and they have nothing to do with this. They did not help me to do this. I did this. And I was just sharing the truth with them. I didn't tell them don't invest with them. I didn't tell them don't do anything with them, because again, that's a personal decision that people have to make. And I feel like you have to use your own spirit of discernment. And again, it's because I don't want people to look at me like I'm a hater, or I'm trying to bring that person down, or I'm trying to bash their business model, and I don't want them to grow. If you're doing things ethically and morally, then you really have no reason not to grow. But when you aren't doing things ethically, when you aren't doing things with integrity, you may get some more money, you may get some more followers, you may get some more clients, but eventually it's going to come back around and it's going to come crashing down. And Dana Chanel and her husband, they're starting to go through that now. I don't know what the full outcome is going to be, but I feel like if they were doing things the right way in the first place, I don't think it would have gotten to this point where they're being reported to the FTC and lawsuits being filed against them, change.org petitions being filed about them, and possible class action lawsuits. It's crazy. It shouldn't come to that point if you're getting things done ethically and you're doing things morally and you're doing things with integrity.
Wake up!
All right, so Jay Morrison, he is somebody else that's now being exposed as a possible fraud or a scammer. I don't, again, know the full backstory on it. I just know from the things that I have heard and the research other people have done and they have shared about this guy, because I didn't invest any of my money with him. It's another emotional marketing type of tactic that this guy has used over the years. And it's sad, but you're seeing all of these things right now about Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. But all of the people that I'm pretty much talking about right now are Black so-called entrepreneurs. And to be honest, they're really more like entrepreneurs. And I'm putting the emphasis on manure because, I mean, a lot of them are just kind of full of The guy, Jay Morrison, has been on The Breakfast Club a few times. He's been interviewed by DJ Vlad on YouTube several times. And he does a lot of the speaking about kings and queens and the ancestors and all of these different things. I'm sorry. I never would have been able to build a business that way because, one, my business isn't built around Black people. Not knocking anybody whose businesses are. If you are legitimately trying to service the Black community, or you have a product that can only really be used by people who are in the Black community. But my products and my services aren't. I service skin, I service lashes, I service brows. People of all races have them. So I never was creating a business that was solely to service Black people. I'm not really familiar with a business model where you're only servicing Black people. So again, there's some people that have those businesses and they're legitimately wanting to service only Black people. That's cool. If that's your prerogative and you want to do that, that's fine. But what I find is that a lot of the people like these so-called gurus and coaches that are Black, that are targeting other Black people, they could care less about Black people. They're targeting people that they feel, this is just my opinion, but I feel like they're targeting people that they think are stupid. I feel like they're targeting the least of these, the people who are beneath them, because they would never really be able to do business with a lot of white people speaking to them a lot of times the way that they do speak to their audience and their followers.
We gotta do better. We gotta wake up if we don't get to the next level.
I have followed Black people that I've seen doing things in business, and I have followed white people who I've seen doing things in business, and a few other races that are not just solely Black or just solely white. One of the people that I look up to a lot in business is a white woman. Her name is Chalene Johnson, and I have so much respect for the woman, not so much because of what she does online, only, but she's someone like me who started out in an actual business, and she had a product and she was servicing clients, doing things with exercise and workouts and those different types of things. So she didn't just start out as somebody online and created a following and then started selling products or courses. And even though she does create courses, which I have a few of them, once you have them for life. And she is constantly doing things for her community. She's constantly adding value to what she has to offer. And you always have access to the new things. A lot of times with these Black people, and I'm telling you what I have experienced, I'm not calling these people out, but they will create so-called new things that I even gave them the ideas to do, or I said some things that gave them the motivation to add to what they already, had and create something separate and apart from what they had already created. And then they're trying to sell me again. And I'm like, I already gave you money for something before, and you're thinking that I'm going to spend more money with you now. You need to continue to try to build your audience and sell to other people, but it just became tiring. It just became sickening also. And I don't follow any of these people anymore, so I don't know if they're still doing the same tactics that they were doing before, but I can only imagine that especially after COVID, things are probably not as prosperous for them now as they were before now. And that's the bed that they made for themselves. But I'm over the emotional marketing, them using God and using Jesus and putting that in there to evoke the emotions of people, because they know a lot of Black people are spiritual or religious, or they believe in God or they believe in Jesus, and they feel like they will target, that audience. There was one woman, it was just like, she would do these live videos on Facebook and Periscope, and she would start seeing what other people were doing, because a lot of people who talk about God and they do these prayer scopes, and then they're talking about the Lord said this and the Lord said that, and and they got a prophecy, and they're just kind of like uplifting people, and they're sharing things with people to make them feel better about themselves, and through what's already in the Bible, just spinning it in a different way to make them feel like, yeah, I'm talking to you and I'm talking to you. She would start to use those things in her live streams to get more followers and to sell people. So she started doing Bible studies, and she started doing, these motivational morning things where she would, go off of a scripture, and then, it was to evoke the emotions of people. It was not genuine. I'm not knocking people who that is their arena. That's the road that they're usually driving down. They're staying in their lane and that's what they're doing. But it's the people who are veering off from another lane to get into that lane because they see that that one is flowing, smoother than the one that they're currently in. And I just feel that unfortunately with a lot of these people that call themselves these amazingly successful entrepreneurs, a lot of them are just there to play off of the emotions of people. So really what I wanted to share with you guys is that don't use your emotions in business, because emotional decisions can be expensive decisions. And don't allow people to play off of your emotions like you're a fool, because you're not. You're smart. God has blessed everybody with a measure of discernment. You just have to tap into it. If you have to ask God to increase your discernment and say, hey, God, I don't really know what's up with this person. Reveal them to me. Things will be revealed. I've gotten so much clarity in my life once I allowed myself to step back from a lot of those things and then just focus on my business, focus on where I want my business to go. I have had multiple business locations. I've closed some down, and now I'm focusing on the current locations that I have open right now. And I am so excited about where things are going, but I'm putting the focus on where it needs to be, and I'm not allowing these distractions and allowing people to play off of my emotions to get me to agree to do something or to sign on for this contract or to get into this product vehicle or whatever it is that they're trying to sell me on to get me to give them my money. I'm proud to say that going through the experiences that I've gone through and just seeing a lot of the tactics that people have used, a lot of the things that those people have done, it stalled me for a little bit in moving forward and just sharing a lot of the knowledge and the experience and expertise for a fee that I planned to do many years ago, because I didn't want anybody to feel like I was giving them a product that wasn't worth it or I was taking advantage of people. So that's one of the reasons why I never promoted a lot of the things that I have business-wise that are for sale. I was just giving out free advice, free, ideas, and just, creating free videos that people didn't have to pay for just to share some of my experience, because I didn't want to give anybody anything that was going to put them in a hole or anything like that. So I've revamped a lot of things. I have some very inexpensive business tools that I'm offering on my website that are there. If you want to go and check out the website, there's going to be a link in the description box as always, and probably somewhere on a screen here, but you can go and check it out. But you shouldn't have to pay somebody $15,000, $20,000 for coaching, and you don't really know what their true experience is. People can show online that they're living a lifestyle that they really aren't living. They can be renting a jet, they can be renting the car, they can be renting the house. There's nothing wrong with renting the house if you're actually living there and you're paying rent. But if you're living a lifestyle like that is something that you purchased, or you don't actually live there and you're just renting it for a photo shoot or a video shoot, and then you're going back to someplace different that you don't want to showcase to your followers, then you're being fraudulent. And and people are being fooled. And it's not right. I don't agree with a lot of the tactics that people are using to pull people in these days, but people who are fraudulent and people who are scammers, they can only last for so long before the jig is eventually up. So I'm going to end this video here, but you guys, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. You don't have to agree with me, but again, this isn't a video to bash any of these people. I'm just sharing some of the things that I've learned some things about these people and sharing my opinion about the things that these people are being accused of. I'm not here to expose any of them because I haven't had any personal or business dealings with Jay Morrison or Dana Chanel or her husband, but I have had some not so great and negative experiences with some so-called gurus or internet entrepreneurs when they honestly weren't all that they proclaimed themselves to be. Yeah, some of them may be making money, but sometimes it's not all that they're telling you that it is. And that's another thing I'm going to say before I end this video. I don't think that you should have to share how much money you're making online. The only people that need to know how much money I'm making is my accountant and the IRS. Anybody else, they don't need to know that dollar amount. So you need to be skeptical of people when they're showing you these bank statements or, different things like that. When they're actually saying, I'm trying to show you proof that I know what I'm doing. That stuff can be made up too, guys. You don't really know if that's the real deal, and you need to be skeptical, even if they're acting like they're blocking out their account number so you can't see that. Or if they're showing you a check and they're blocking out the account number or part of the routing number or whatever because they don't want you to see that, but they're showing you this. That doesn't mean that it's real. And I would be more skeptical of somebody who's showing you that they're bringing in that amount of money versus somebody who's not showing you that. My business has, like I said, had its successes over the years and it's had its failures. Any business does. Look at Elon Musk. Look at Jeff Bezos. He definitely had his failures. He was not always successful. And the only reason why how much money they are earning is being put out there is because it's being reported by other outlets. You don't see Jeff Bezos getting online and saying, I made $200 million this month. So the people who are doing that themselves, you kind of need to be a little bit skeptical of that. Just so, just food for thought. Just something I wanted to bring up there because it's something that just came to my mind and I needed to put that out there as well. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and go ahead and like, subscribe, and I am the Minister of Beauty, here to share the Bible. That's business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. Until next time, have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.